All right, we are back here just about to start the afternoon's competition, the 2013 PSP Chicago Open. I'm Matty Marshall alongside Chris Lasoya and Todd Martinez. And we're about to see the Challengers Division teams throw down here. Royalty, San Jose Royalties taking on New Jersey Jesters, and then also Seattle Thunder and Chicago Aftershock. Also at the same time, there's over 200 teams at this event, multiple divisions. And they also have the UWL, which is the Ultimate Woods Ball League, in an awesome woods ball field.
That field
wicked
is so
field.
sick.
Look at this thing. I mean, it's basically, it was a set of mounds. You see some teams out there walking right now. It's right next to this field. It's in the middle of all the action here. And it's basically a mounds field that's just been overgrown for years, and they've left it untouched just so that UWL could be played on it. And there's just, I mean, I know it looks like a bunch of green clumps of bushes, but what that is those are just big, gigantic bunkers, man. There's so many different options on that. I love the UWL. I played it a bunch of times, and you know, me and Todd had the San Diego Daggers team we put in and won it a couple times. It's just super fun, man. It's one of those, it's just a throwback to where we all began. I mean, most people play paintball in the woods for the first time. That's where you begin. And to have the opportunity to play competitive 5 and 10-man paintball with 30-minute games, and you get your reinforcements back every 10 minutes, it's kind of a cool mixture of some of the scenario elements, which are really fun too. If you've never played a big game or scenario event, get out there. You know, paintball has so many diverse play options, so many different ways you can play the game. I mean, on our webcast, you're watching the best teams in the world throw down, but there's just so many different ways you can do this.
That reminds me of the last UWL I played, where I played against Chris Lasoya, who ran through the middle of the woods against my team at SC Village in the finals. And I remember somebody saying, "Hey, Chris, I shot you." And then he turned around and ran back into the woods, came back out of the woods, started shooting more people, ran back into the woods, ran back out of the woods, started shooting a whole bunch of people. And then they beat us in the finals. Chris played with Bob's team.
Well, here's
Bob Long.
I also played against Chris at the last UWL that we played. But see, I just shot him so many times that didn't really have the opportunity to run backwards.
Him and Oliver cut me in half, too. I was like, oh okay. You shot me once. That's not going to count.
Yeah.
Come on.
But, hey, you know, that's what
so
it's for.
much fun.
So you get stories.
We spent the whole day just hanging out, you know, talking, telling old stories, then go out and play for 30 minutes. Come back, hang out, you know, tell stories all day, go back, play for 30 minutes. That was one of the funnest tournaments we've been to in a while.
Yeah, so if you get an opportunity to play the UWL, they're all over the world. So definitely check out their website. And here we go, starting off San Jose Royalty and the New Jersey Jesters. Royalty on your right, playing very aggressive off the break, all the way up to the center. Looks like they send Jeffrey Vidalich all the way up to the center. And I think Toe Camel has made his way into the snake too.
You know, and I was watching these guys actually practice the other day, and, you know, these guys are no slouches. Royalty has Toe Camel, seasoned professional, and all these players, I mean, look at it. They have Daniel Abreu, Fernandez. These guys are really good paintball players. Yeah,
Royalty captained by legendary paintball player and coach Shane Pastana. One of the best in the business, led the Ironman to multiple world titles. And he's just one of those the best guys you could ever play for as far as guiding talent to their potential. And now we're looking over the shoulder at New Jersey Jesters, trying to get out and get an angle on Toe Camel here in the snake.
Oh, and there goes Jeffrey Vidalich, number 88, out of the center, gets shot, and instantly Jesters start attacking the Dorito side of the field.
And the Jesters, no slouches. However, Nicky Vegas does play for those guys.
Yeah, Nicky Vegas actually has a slightly torn Achilles tendon, so he's been out for the past 2 events. Oh, major penalty, it looks like, on Toe Camel.
And it's justified too. That was he spun pretty bad on that one.
Yeah, good move right there by Shayar Hussein, coming down and bunkering out Toe Camel and sending Toe Camel to the box. But the Jesters going to want to run this flag in.
Yeah, so it looks like the point was conceded, and the point is definitely going to go to the New Jersey Jesters. And initially, with Royalty's breakout, looked like they had field position, but as we've seen time and time again here at this event, that when you get those penalties, it really kills your team.
Yeah, so Jesters, they're going to go up 1 right there, and Royalty's going to be playing down 4-on-5 for the next 2 minutes. And, you know, we'll see how this game plays out. We'll be right back after these messages.
This event is brought to you here by PSP Events. It's the third stop on the tour and broadcast by Paintball Access. And man, it's a full house here at CPX today. Over 200 teams playing. It's the second biggest event in the world other than the World Cup. And you're going to want to sign up early for that and the West Coast Open as well. West Coast Open starts August 18th held at the A.B. Brown Sports Center in Riverside. And since every single event has sold out so far this PSP season, make sure that you get your team into the fight early at pspevents.com. So here we go, New Jersey Jesters and San Jose Royalty. Hussein getting 2 kills for the Jesters.
You know, getting the snake right there was key for him too. I mean, he's not a little 14-year-old kid that's super fast. He's a big boy. He got up in there and went to work, man. I was impressed.
So here we go on the breakout. Royalty on your screen as they spread out wide, playing aggressive again, getting, I think that's Chris Catt, all the way number 34 into Dorito 1. They still have Toe Camel in the box for the next minute and 45 seconds, but they lose. Looks like Vidalich comes off early as well. And they also lose Jonathan Kolkman. So the entire snake side comes off early for Royalty. They are not getting off to a good start here.
No, you know, unfortunately, I think they're shooting at ghosts right now. They run the flag in as quickly as possible. That major penalty, still 120 left in that penalty when they're going to hang this flag. Good job, though, for the Jesters.
Yeah, the Jesters are looking pretty sharp right here. It definitely helps them that Toe Camel, which, you know, if you're Toe Camel, you got to be careful getting penalties like that because they need him to play well. Played for the Los Angeles Ironmen last season and had some really good points and kind of became one of those guys we started mentioning a lot, and then he wasn't seeing the playing time I think he really wanted to. That, and this is his original team, so now that they had moved up to be a pro team as well in the Challengers division, wanted to help them fight out and get hopefully to the Challengers division. And we're going to be right back with a little bit more of the Jesters Royalty game. Don't go anywhere.
A&S Gear rocks the largest inventory of any paintball retailer. From our massive selection of guns to our endless supply of goggles, paint, loaders, tanks, and apparel. With your choice of free shipping on orders over $100 to next day, Saturday, or international shipping options, you get the products you need sooner. Shop now at ansgear.com.
There are massive opportunities, both for the sport of paintball and for your business. If we are successful in taking our sport to another level, unite with Paintball Access in our quest to elevate paintball and broadcast it to the world. There are advertising packages available for any size business. Join us. Advertise with PBA and help us change the sport for the better, forever.
All right, so here we go, Royalty. Ready to roll here in the Jesters. There's Shane Pestana, number 2, taking the field, captain of the team. Calling for another guy, and then you're looking at the Jesters who are up 2 points. Right now, Royalty needs to get something going here. Toe Camel still a lot of time, still a minute and 21 seconds left on that penalty. So Royalty going to want to get out wide and try to get as much time knocked off that penalty as possible and trying to avoid going down 3 here against the Jesters. Ibarra and Hamill are the only people who have shot anyone on Royalty right now. So here we go. On the breakout. Looks like they are able to get 4 alive for Royalty.
Yeah, Jesters made it out to all the wide spots, but they lost Bryant Goldberg in the middle, going to that tall temple on the snake side, but no problem. Hussein is back all the way in snake 3 already, and he is ripping bodies across the field. Shoots John Vidalich first. He goes walking off. Royalty now down to 3 bodies, 2 of them over here on the snake side, 1 of them in the Dorito corner. Toe Camel still 50 seconds left to spend in the vacation box back there. And the Jesters, shoot another body. There goes Vidalich, or I'm sorry, not Vidalich, Shane Pestana out of that temple on the snake side. So just 2 bodies left side.
Shane's a competitor, man. I saw him practicing against the Ironman earlier a couple days before the event. His ankle was swollen up to like twice its original size, and he just had taped it. Just going out there and getting reps anyway.
He's a monster, man. He actually, you know, we were growing up together. He was the premier paintball player on the Ironman back in the day. I remember watching him shoot 10 out of 10 players one time at the Mayhem Masters. Just phenomenal paintball player. Great guy, too. Great guy.
And here comes, I love Shane. You can't say enough good things about that, man. So here we go, Toe Camel, and he's now going to come out of the box, and he comes snake side. I think he might have taken one. He did. So he comes off, and just Vidalich and is just Vidoc. They have one more player left alive for Royalty in the back corner bunker on the Dorito side of the field, but Hussein in here, dominant field position for the Jesters, as it's looking like they are probably going to go up here another point. Oh, I don't know. Hussein runs to his death.
Jeffrey Vidolich is dealing right now. Last body alive. Royalty burns off the penalty. If they can get a point here, they can make it a 1-point game. Just 2 bodies left alive, I believe. Nope. Is there a third body? We have the snake corner for the Jesters, and now the 50 Dorito. Just the snake Dorito. There's Vidolich. As Vidolich now jumps into the snake one of 3 brothers, one of the 3 Vidolich boys on Royalty.
They got an
trying
army.
to deal right
They
now.
got their own Vidolich army.
And Jester player over here in the snake corner is looking for paint, leaving Vidolich in a one-on-one, but he trades. Vidolich trades with the Jester player, and he has no idea. He thought it was a one-on-one. That Jester player just.
Oh man. Oh my God.
Never shoot your loader dry. You never shoot your loader dry.
Yeah.
Good
Never,
Lord Almighty.
ever.
So that was Mario Biganini over there.
I would have
Biganini was feasting last event,
Yeah,
too.
he was.
And he had to stand right next to Vidolich as he walked right by him. I thought by Vidolich's body language
I thought he got
that
I
he
thought
traded out
I thought he
and
traded
was
too.
walking off the field. Because he
Wow.
stood up and just was like, okay. And then just walked over, casually picked up the flag and walked right by Biganini and went and hung it.
Lord Almighty.
I'm
speechless.
I don't think I've ever seen that before.
I would have tripped him.
Biganini was like looking down. He's like, just one paintball. All I need is one
Just
paintball.
one, couldn't find it. Couldn't
Oh,
search,
Lord.
Couldn't
search
get
in the
one.
ground for one paintball. Couldn't find it.
Yeah,
Just
that's why he
watched.
wasn't in the game over here. Check out this replay real quick. You're going to see Biganini. Here he comes. I don't know if he thought they traded too, but then he sees Vidolich going for the flag, and he's like, wait a second. I have no paintballs. What is this? A rock? No. A marble? No. A bug? No. Dang it.
Oh man. Yeah.
Wow.
Vidolich shoots 4 bodies. If he'd have just known, he didn't even see Biganini. If he'd have saw Biganini, he could have shot him and had a 5-kill game. But Vidolich right there, representing for the family, representing for San Jose Royalty.
I'll tell you what,
shooting 4
he got lucky there at the end because if Big Nini had at least just one ball, again, never ever shoot your hopper dry. You never shoot your loader dry because of that exact reason right there. So you have to just look over and phantom point over there. Wait for the gods to strike him down. Didn't happen though. So
Still a good game right there. I mean, that was a good point. You know, they burned off the major penalty. Now they're back 5-on-5 strong.
yeah. So the score now 2-1. Still in favor of the Jesters. 15:09 to go. Now Sullivan, Bispo, Martin, and Lay coming out for the Jesters. Here
And
on the breakout, 5 strong is Royalty as Toke Hamill finally burned off that major penalty.
Oh, looks like, yeah, Royalty loses a body coming into the snake. That's number 25. He's coming off. But Jesters, they lost a body off the Dorito side, and they lose their other body off the Dorito side. So just 3 players now. That gives Toke Hamill the opportunity to sneak into the snake.
Yeah, battle starting to develop here in the snake. Let's check in with Lauren Kelly on the sidelines.
Hey guys, I'm down here with Alex Williams from Royalty. Alex, how has this field been playing for you overall this weekend?
Pretty fast. We like to attack on both sides, Snake and Doritos. A lot of kills off the break are really, making the game look a lot faster. No back center, you're gonna get chopped up if you're out in the open.
Awesome, thank you, Alex. You have a chance to tie it up, so good luck. Happening on the Challengers field right now is Russians versus Top Gun. They have 9 minutes left, and Russians are leading 3-2. I'll keep you updated.
Well, chaos on the field over there for the Jesters. Major penalty on them, which was Alex Bispo, and then also there was a penalty on Royalty as well. So back and forth penalties here in this point as that flag got hung up. So very interesting matchup here as penalties are starting to become a factor. We'll be right back after these messages.
wanted a gun that would cover everything. I want to be able to hold off 30, 40, 50 guys coming at me. I want to be able to crawl up and take snipe shots on guys.
Anything you really want in a scenario gun, it has it.
It's just a nasty, nasty tactical gun.
And we are back here, 14-11 on the clock here, left in regulation. The score, it's all tied up at 2 apiece as the New Jersey Jesters taking on San Jose Royalty. 2 major penalties, 1 on each team, were thrown in that last point. Make sure to follow us on Instagram at Paintball Access, as well as Twitter and Facebook, and help share our content, man. Let the world know all the fascinating stories here occurring in the paintball world and all the great competition as these 2 challengers teams fighting to hopefully get their team back up into the up into the champions division. Ooh. Neither one of these teams have been up there before. They came up to the pro division from Division 1. So
Jesters playing with the penalty. They lose a body going up to the Dorito corner on the break, and one shortly thereafter. That's Matthew Rohrman, 77, got shot out of the can on the Dorito side, so just 2 bodies left. Both of them over here on the Snake side. 135 left to go on their penalty as well. As Jason Vitalich is in Snake 2, and he and Kolkman clean out those last 2 bodies. And after taking a 2-0 lead right there, big momentum swing on the back of Vitalich to get Royalty a point. Now they are back in this game and have taken the lead 3-2. We still have 2 majors, a major on each side. So Royalty going to be playing with the lead 4-on-4 ball game.
You know, it's interesting with the Vitalich brothers. If you guys are there at home trying to figure out who's who out there with the 3 Vitalich brothers, is that there's the 2 brothers that just played. You have Jason and John. And not only are their names start with J and they have obviously the same last name, but one of them's 24 and one of them's 25. I mean, you thought they maybe could have made it a little bit different to make it
a little easier on us. I mean, you know, but.
but yeah, they played really good on that particular point. So now Royalty going to go up by 1 score, 3-2, and we'll be right back after this.
Check this out, the Imperial program from GI Sports. Get 100% of your paint money back in cash. Sign up, win, paint's free. Take second, get half your paint cash back. Not good enough? How about more cash? Have your team rock our V-Force GI logo grills, get first place, then we'll throw you another $1,000 cash. Second place? No problem. We got $500 with your name on it. It's a total no-brainer. Sign up for the Imperial program at gisports.com.
We're back here, 2013 PSP Chicago Open. Matty Marshall with Chris Lasoy and Todd Martinez. It looks like a timeout's called on the field. Let's talk about some of these champion matchups coming up this afternoon as Tauntaun's 187 crew, Impact and Heat and Damage all start playing each other. Who do you, obviously the favorites coming out of that, got to be Damage and Impact. Heat also going to be one of those favorites. Chris is smiling because he's picking Impact. He thinks they're going to win this one. But hey, Impact looked great yesterday. Really high point margin for them too. So I don't know, Todd, what do you think about the afternoon's bracket?
Well, Impact demolished Crew and Tauntauns yesterday. You know, Tauntauns didn't look as sharp as we were going to expect them, but you know, Crew, they struggled greatly. The Impact Heat game is going to be a great game, and then Damage and Impact coming up later after that. It's going to be an awesome game to watch too. So there should be a couple good games out of here. You know, we'll see if Tauntauns and 187 can step it up, you know, and play a little bit better paintball than they did yesterday.
Yeah, we saw those interviews during the lunch break with Axel from the Tauntauns and how he had said, look, we did not put this team together to come over here and just, oh, hey, we're from France, let's just hang out and play some games and have a good time. No, they came over here and they're focusing on the PSP, even though they've won 2 events in Europe. They really want to come over here and prove to the world that they can win tournaments. So we'll see this afternoon as they take on 187 crew. Let's check out that bracket. Edmonton Impact 2-0. Look at that, plus 12 on that margin. Wow. Houston Heat, they are also 2-0, plus 8. Tampa Bay Damage 1-1. It's, you know, Damage lost to Houston Heat 7-4, and then the Tauntauns went 0-2 with the -10, struggled, and so did 187-2. They were also 0-2 with a -11, so they're going to have to try to come back here and pick it up today. 187-2 coming up out of the Challengers division from Mid-Atlantic Open, now back into the champions bracket, but if they don't pick it up, they are going to be fighting to to get relegated down to the Challengers division again.
You know, and I would hate to see that, but, you know, they fought their way back one time. You know, you'd think that you wouldn't want to put yourself in that position again, and there's a lot of teams in that position right now that are pretty good teams. Look at LA Infamous. You know, they're my boys, and they're one of the top-ranked pro teams in the world. You know, they won the tournament last year, but they're looking at fighting for their life right now as well. So, super unfortunate. But these games right here, these guys are up and coming, and we talked about, you know, how we like seeing how these younger kids, you know, get better throughout the years, and just watching these guys. You know, keep an eye out for these guys coming up in the next year or two, because this is the premier paintball league that will farm you up to be the best professional paintball.
Well, that's what's really cool about the Challengers division, is it does give you kind of a buffer zone between the divisional ranks and the top teams in the world. So the Challengers teams are also professional teams, but teams like Royalty and teams like the Jesters, this is a big step for them to come and bump up, and then now start playing against teams like Excessive and Moscow Red Legion and Thunder and Aftershock.
Yeah, and it'll end up making them better players along the way as well. I mean, just like anybody that plays against any professional team does. I'm not saying, like I said, they are professionals, but, you know, you're going to play against a top-ranked professional team, you're going to get better.
So time ticking off those penalties, Todd.
Yeah, Royalty's bumping up that Dorito side. You know, both teams trying to lock off that Dorito side from Snake Bunkers. Jesters in the tower, the Tall Temple over here trying to lock off the Dorito side. And Toke Hamill shot a fair share of paint over there towards the Dorito side, but now he turns to the inside, bumps into the Snake, sees his opening as both Jesters players were looking at the Dorito side, allows Toke Hamill to come into Snake 2, and he is going to have some shots across the field now. Uncontested penalties coming down now. First one to come out of the box, I believe, is going to be the Jesters. Jesters make a big move up the Dorito side, straight into Snake 2, and here comes the Jesters out of the box, comes straight into the Dorito on the Snake side, so he gets out alive. But in just 1 second, here comes the body for Royalty out of the box. He gets alive on the Dorito side. So we got 5 strong on both sides of the field right now, but Toke Hamill in Snake 3 in better field position and control of the wire, and he just grills the Jester player in Snake 1. Hello.
I think they heard that downtown Chicago.
that was an awesome shot.
Yeah, Alex Bispo might need to go change his lens after that one.
Yeah.
Toke Hamill, what's happening?
So Toke Hamill just handled it here in the Snake. Now he's rolling his gun on the back corner bunker, looking at the back line here for Royalty.
And now a major penalty getting called on the Jesters on that far side of the Dorito field. You saw the top side of your screen. One of the Jesters running down the field and pulling himself out. Well, actually not pulling himself out, drawing a major penalty.
Yeah. Well, now that they just fought through one major, and now they're going to have to fight through another, which is going to give Royalty a lot of that momentum back. That's Rohrman. Matthew Rohrman gets a major for playing on.
Yeah, that just leaves Goldberg and Biganini over here in the Snake corner again. You know, it's going to come down to it. Toke Hamill going to look to attack. Goldberg watching that lane. That's Jonathan Kolkman over there in the middle of the field for Royalty. Coming up, there's number 81 on your screen, Biganini. That right in the middle of the field, attacking, coming up to the X for Royalty's Kolkman. Toke Hamill in the Snake all the way down on Jester's side of the field.
3 bodies on 2. Brian Goldberg and Biganini left alive for the New Jersey Jesters. 10 minutes and 37 seconds to play. Kolkman, Hamill, and Fernandez still on the field for Royalty. And Hamill is in the best position right here, though he does have a player looking directly at him, keeping him honest in there. I think who's got the ball is the player in the center. I believe that's John Kolkman up in the center.
Oh, and there goes Biganini, gets shot out of the corner. So just Goldberg right now, and he is unable to keep Fernandez from coming down the Dorito side and getting a shot in on him. So there goes Royalty after going down 0-2. Have rattled off 4 straight points to take a 4-2 lead. Jesters not helping their case at all, getting these major penalties.
And, you know, just an update over there on the Russian Legion Top Gun Excessive game. You know, 7-3 was the final score.
No, it was Russians playing. It was Russians, and they defeated them 7-3.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Against Top Gun.
Against Top Gun Union. I mean, it was a good game. I think Top Gun Union was up by 2 points, and then, you know, kind of switched on 3-2 to the Russians, and then they just kept on going.
Well, and that is what we expected Moscow Red Legion to have a big gut check as they got relegated down to the Challengers division. And sure enough, man, we're going to see them here tomorrow playing on the main field, and they were going to be going to be fighting to see if they can get back here to the Champions Division. But they decimated the competition so far. They've won all 4 of their games, which is that's what we thought we were going to see.
Yeah, I mean, it was a reality check for those guys. You know, I mean, they had a lot of practice. And I can only imagine how the coaches were when they did get relegated. I mean, arguably one of the best teams in the world. So let's just go ahead and take a look at this replay real quick, Maddie.
So this is that awesome shot by Toke Hamill, just
ready for it.
Yeah, just perfectly set up. You gotta be careful, man. That's why sometimes you want to head check first. Look at it from the opposite side. And it just comes right out into about 3. Oh, wow.
That was a great shot right there.
You got to wipe those off quick.
1 and 2, bam. So it gives them a new pair of paint goggles.
Yep. So, you know, like we said, this is a great game though right now. Jesters, you know, dropping the ball a little bit, so to speak, with getting a penalty. And a team like Royalty is just taking full advantage of that right now at 4-2.
So let's see if the Jesters can get back in it.
Oh, and it looks like the referee just threw a minor penalty on Royalty before the start of the game for something.
And also it looks like one of the pit crew for the Jesters barely makes it back in time. So yeah, Royalty also starts down a body. 54 seconds on that minor penalty. So evening things up here as far as the body count is concerned. Royalty still with a 2-point lead. 9 minutes and 50 seconds to go. And that was Alex Williams that got caught on that penalty. So Ibarra, Pestana, Vidulic, Jason and Jeffrey Vidulic on the field for Royalty.
Yeah, that Royalty guy, just about 6 seconds before the start of the game, he picked up his gun and shot downfield. You're not allowed to shoot downfield before the start of a point. So that is a minor penalty, and he's going to be serving that, but 3 seconds on the major for Jesters. He's about to come out of the box, looking for some room, digs all the way out to the Dorito side corner, and makes it in alive. Number 7 for the Jesters. Shayar Hussein, 5 kills in this match, comes straight in to Snake 1 and immediately starts pounding the opposite side of the field for Royalty. But I see Vidulic right there, number 25, Jason Vidulic in the Snake 2. He's also got control, and now he's got some help coming all the way out. His brother, Jeffrey Vidulic, digs out to the Snake side corner, but he gets shot. So now Vidulic on an island by himself over here. Jason in Snake 2 trying to win a gun battle, and he does, helps his case a little bit, and then turns the corner. Biganini got shot out of the corner, so now it is Vidulic over here owning the Snake and owns the Jesters across the field to the Dorito side. So there should be 2 Royalty bodies left alive. Yes, they are, and Vidulic is going to hop over the Snake.
I really like Jason Vidulic's style. He's got that smooth, methodical kind of Brian Smith from Tampa Bay Damage-esque style to his play. Looking real sharp out there. So start to remember these names. You guys are out there watching this game here in the Challengers Division. These up-and-coming guys like the Vidulic brothers, and Jason looking real solid. He's got 3 confirmed kills. Jeffrey Vidulic has 4, and Daniel Ibarra has 3 for Royalty as they're going to hang up that flag and go up by 3, score 5-2. 8 minutes and 10 seconds remain here in this match. And then after this game, we are going to have Seattle Thunder taking on Chicago Aftershock, and we're going to be right back after this. So here we go, getting ready to play this next point with just about 51 seconds left.
You say remember remember these Vidulic kids. You know, even if you can't remember all their first names, if somebody says, "Is Vidulic good?" just say yes. All 3 of them right now.
They're all pretty good, yes. So I mean, it's a 5-2 game right now. Royalty kind of taking the driver's seat and kind of running away with it a little bit. You know, Jersey Jesters penalty ridden a little bit, yes. Let's go down the field right now and see what the Jesters are thinking to come back in this game.
Hey guys, down here with the Jesters, this is Matt Rohrman. Matt, you guys had the lead for a while, but now, Royalty took the lead. What was going on?
We've really just been our own worst enemy this whole event so far. I mean, they got some penalties early, capitalized a couple of early points, but then we got some penalties of our own, and obviously you can't win if you get a lot of penalties. So I think that's really been the difference so far.
All right, well, you do have over 8 minutes, so hopefully you can get some points on that board.
And Matthew Martin gets shot going up the middle for New Jersey Jesters. So trying to get a kill on the break, unable to get one and get shot. Actually, no, Toke Hamill got shot coming out here to the snake side, my fault. So trade one body for one body off the break. Biganini shot Hamill coming out wide. So Jesters take control of the snake off that move as well, as Kolkman is shooting across to the Dorito side from the snake side tower. And Jesters, again, with good field position. Jesters have been able to get up the field. They have just been getting too many penalties, which have killed them, getting extra bodies pulled.
Because they started out this game pretty strong, but then really lost momentum as Royalty started to get it going and really got helped out by some penalties on the Jesters. So 7 minutes and 10 seconds to go. Toke Hamill gets shot by Bignini, and Brian Goldberg clocking in to take out John Vidalich. Ooh, looks like Chris Catt just got shot by Hussein.
And crossing all the way over into Royalty's side of the field. Trying to fill out to the corner, Vidalich.
Nice pickup right there.
Eaten alive, Jeffrey Vidalich. And Jess Kolkman over here now in the Dorito on the snake side, looking to make that move. Hussein got his gun up, pounding that Dorito. He does have help over here, but way back behind him. His teammates need to get into the game. Recognize how far Hussein is up the field and come up and give him some support. There comes Biganini. Biganini comes into the Dorito, puts paint back, but he's recognized that John is just posted on Hussein. What he doesn't want to do is, Hussein doesn't want to, lose his body and not take out John, because then John will have the next closest guy to him is all the way back, Biganini.
Yeah, look on your screen how tight John is on there. He's the only player left alive, and the Jesters need to close this point out. They don't have a lot of time. They have to score 3 points. This one's pretty much done, as John's the last player left alive. I think they finally figured out the body count, because now they're starting to push up the field. I don't know what this guy in the Dorito is doing over here. Who is this?
Biganini.
81? Yeah, Biganini needs to get in the game. Biganini is just zoned up, and now he comes out. I think there's one player left alive.
Yep.
Okay, so
they did have two. They had two alive.
There was 2 players left alive, actually. Couldn't see from this angle. It was blocked out, but still, Biganini in that position, that's when you want to be looking for those angles, talking to your front players, seeing what they need, putting the variables together, blocking guys out, making moves so you get close to them so you can start attacking, where if one guy goes, you're close and you can pick up the slack.
Well, we're talking about, we're calling the Royalty game right now, Manny, and I believe that you said it was a Shane Pestana line that you always say, if you're not talking, shooting, or moving, then you're not doing your job.
Yeah, you're not playing paintball if you're not talking, moving, or shooting.
Yeah.
If you're just sitting in there, not shooting your gun, not talking to your teammates, or not moving up the field, then you need to reassess what you're actually doing in that bunker and maybe the game plan, because maybe there needs to be a little bit more thorough of a plan, or maybe you just don't know the game plan well enough to figure out, okay, well, where's my contribution in this at this juncture of the game? That comes down to walking the field a lot too, because you want to walk those situations. Okay, hey, it's there's 2 of them left. There's 3. Like if you're out there and you want to know how to walk the field a little bit better, there's 3 different things you need to walk to really thoroughly understand the field. Obviously, you need to know all the different spots and their angles, but you need to walk the breakout, where you guys can possibly go in all the different game plans there, and then the middle of the game as things develop. And then, let's just say that if we lose a lot of bodies or they lose a lot of bodies, either way, either we're holding them off coming against us or we're pushing into them, we're up bodies. Where can I go? If they're in those, which spots are most likely going to be hot if there's only 2 guys left alive? And then you need to walk the field so that you know which angles you can and can't use, which bunkers you can go to, which ones are the most effective, all that sort of situational stuff. And that's when these guys walk the fields and play the fields the weekends before. That's basically what they're trying to figure out.
Yeah, absolutely. So right now, 5-3 in favor of Royalty still. Jesters finally stopped the bleeding. See the way they play when they don't have 1 or 2 guys in the box, able to get up the field. Shayar Hussein, doing a good job of getting in there. I expect to see him back out on the field again. But Royalty, you know, playing with the lead, 5:25 left to go. On the breakout, Jesters come 3 hard to the Snake side. Royalty tries to send Shane Pestana up the middle of the field, shooting the Dorito side, and he does. Gets a body and draws a major. So Shane Pestana dies on the break, but shoots a player who plays on and grabs a major. So the Jesters just grabbing a cannon and just blowing their feet apart, just not even giving themselves a chance to play as soon as they get back in this game. And Toke Hamill is going to put the dot on the exclamation point as he comes down and pumps out Hussein in the Snake.
Jesters just can't stay out of that box, man.
You know, I think what it comes down to is we have the best refereeing crew in the world. You know, and they're not used to, you know, possibly dealing with, you know, no holds barred. And these judges just don't take anything from anybody, and they don't care who you are. Well, they care about me because all they seem to do is throw flags at me. But the best refereeing crew in the world, you cannot get away with what other stuff that you usually do.
And that's another thing too, is that, you know, obviously the referees over the years are cherry-picked to come out onto this field, and they're cherry-picked from the divisional fields, and there's a lot less turnover the higher up you go, the longer those guys stay around. It's just like players. And so just like you're getting used to the speed of the professional game, you have to get used to how good the referees are at catching those hits.
And you know what? You know, we've been around here for a while now, and, you know, we've seen some good referees come and go. And, you know, the new referees that are on this pro field that have come in this year and last year, I thought that those guys have done a really good job. You know, it's definitely a, you know, learning experience coming in, player reffing no matter what, but they have done a very good job, the new guys.
Yeah, and while we get a chance here, since there have been some penalties, let's get a check and a look at the reffing crew. Leon Miller is the head referee, controlling all the action out there. Also Justin Bryce, Justin Traub, John McMillerin, Tony Von Ron, who's been around forever, and also Z, Matt Jones, Jamie Rodaldi, Alex Rant, Anthony Fernandez is another veteran, Brett Coheen, Carlo Sabelli, Chris Tucci, and Chris Wyatt.
You know, just fantastic. I mean, I've had the pleasure of getting refed by these guys for years, and they're pretty on top of things.
Well, paintball is I feel, when I was a kid, I umpired baseball and talked to guys that do basketball. I mean, every sport has its intricacies and its difficulties in controlling the action if you're an official, but paintball is a very chaotic game. There's no focus, there's not a ball. Everyone essentially has the ball at any given time. You can play offense and defense, and you have these guys that are very intent on winning over there, and it's just like any other sport. There's fouls, and there's referees out there to control the action, but that's why there's so many of them out there. Tons of referees on this field. So here we go, San Jose Royalty 6-3 up over the Jesters with 4 minutes and 30 seconds to play. Let's check out this split screen breakout. Royalty on your left, Jesters on your right, and big move up the center by Royalty as they send Alex Williams up there trying to cut down the Snake side of the field. And there's number 6 for the Jesters, Alex Bispo, who's basically getting controlled. He can't come up over the top of that. Alex Williams just rolling his gun, allows Royalty to get one of the Vidalich brothers, Jason Vidalich, into Snake 1. So things are going to get a little tough for Alex Bispo. He's got a guy in front of him, and he's got to worry about Alex Williams in the center.
Yeah, you know, look at the Snake right here. This is where it's got to come from. Running down the middle of the field, though.
That needed to happen, though,
yes,
because that was a big thorn in the side. Alex Williams up there in the center, and he needed to get taken out, which then now frees up Alex Bispo to start looking for those cross-field shots and have a little bit of breathing room to deal with Vidalich here in the Snake.
Yeah, Bispo's going to need some breathing room, too, because it's just he and Biganini left over here. They're both on the Snake side of the field. And, you know, it's a 3-on-2. Alex Williams, John, and Jeffrey Vidalich still alive for San Jose Royalty. And nobody on the Dorito side for Jesters. So Bispo's going to have to keep an eye down the wire as well as across the field. Biganini going to have to go back and forth to cut down that Dorito side of the field, but also protect Bispo up here at Snake 2. Oh, and here comes the first body out of the box. That will help greatly for the Jesters if he can make it out alive, and he does. Picks the Dorito side to come out of and makes it into the can on the Dorito side alive.
And now Alex Bispo's bumped up for the Jesters. He also has Biganini back with him and Jason Lee. So it's a 3-on-3 game, but Jesters have to push forward. They're really running out of time. It's going to be really hard for them to tie this game up here. So all Royalty has to do is just shoot their bunkers, shoot out of their bunkers and control those lanes.
Yeah, and you said best, Maddie. Coming down the field, as long as they control the field, then they can at least slow down a little bit for the Jesters. Up 6-3, they really don't have to do anything at all. Just sit there and shoot their guns. Still
time ticking off that clock.
Coming down at 2 minutes left on this match right here against the Jesters. Just got to get up and go because it's going to take them a while to get 2 or 3 points on the board. So, I mean, as the Jesters, what are you thinking right now, Todd?
Well, if I'm the Jesters, we got to start going.
Yeah.
We can't go silly, and throw away bodies because Royalty is just 1 point away from winning this match.
But I don't think, they don't have time to worry about that. Yes, you don't want to throw bodies away, but now we're under 2 minutes. They have to score 3 points. It's
go no matter what.
Go no matter what. I was going to use the old school paintball phrase, go hard or go home, but that's their only decision they have right here. They have to push forward.
Yeah.
If I was a Jesters fan or their coach and these guys die, if they let time expire and are still in their bunkers, I'd be having guys running laps at the next practice.
Absolutely. And I like you said, time ticking down. They got to get up on the horse. Now, granted, there's not much they can really do because the angles that.
Yeah, but
you got to get on your gun.
Anytime that somebody says that to me, if I'm coaching a team or I'm at a clinic or something, I'm trying to help out as a coach, and guys are like, "Well, I couldn't go. You're shooting at me." So, it's paintball, man. That's what's going to happen. Everyone's going to be trying to kill you at all times, and if you only have a minute left, well, you don't have an excuse. You have to get down the field, at least attempt to try to win.
Yeah, you never know. You might shoot the guy with your first ball, dodge a couple balls, use your Jedi magic, and then next thing you know, you're hanging that flag. But now with 27 seconds left to go in this game, it's pretty much over. It is over.
Yeah, this game's over.
Fat lady singing.
I can hear
R&B tunes.
And here we go. There's 23 seconds left in this game.
Oh, now we want to go.
Unfortunately.
Come on, let's go.
Yeah, so disappointing end of this game for the New Jersey Jesters. As not even too little too late. And
nothing at all. And there goes Vitalic.
Trying to increase that point margin. Heads up play by Vitalic, number 88.
And that's going to do it for this match right here.
And how fitting is it, the guy that, turned the tide for Royalty early, Vitalic right there on your screen, number 88, is the one that hangs the final flag. He's the one that turned it around, and here he is in the end coming through and finishing off the New Jersey Jesters. Man, I like the Jesters. I like the way that they play. They just can't capitalize, and
I like the way they play, but they're super inconsistent, though.
Yeah, and so many penalties just hurt them. Like penalties hurt any team, but Jesters get great spots, and then they just shoot themselves in the foot every time.
Well, they start out fearless, running down the field, taking good spots, not having any problem getting up to the 50-yard line bunker, but end the game cowering in their bunkers with down points, and I just don't understand.
Yeah, I think we saw that from them last event as well. I think we were giving them kind of the same grief, and it was like, man, that already happened one time. We've got to learn from that, come back and be better.
Yeah, so next up we have Seattle Thunder taking on Chicago Aftershock, and congratulations to San Jose Royalty as they take this victory against the New Jersey Jesters. And it looks like we have an interview down on the sidelines with Lauren Kelly. Lauren's trying to find us an interview down there. But yeah, so let's talk about this next game coming up. Aftershock taking on Thunder.
I like Seattle Thunder, man. I like all this, Casey, Corey Field. Amazing paintball player. Does really, really well for that team. Aftershock, another powerhouse team. I think this field's kind of made for a team like Aftershock. They're very aggressive. They like getting in your face. So I'd like to see them, kind of get up in the mix a little bit.
Yeah, and there was Toe Camel. We were following through the congratulations walkthrough, and it looks like we do have Lauren Kelly on the sidelines. Lauren, what do you got for us?
Hey there, we're here with Jonathan Coltman for Royalty. Congratulations on that win there. What were you thinking here on the Dorito side? You wanted to close it out and just win the game. You're running out of paint. What's going through your mind?
Well, I knew I was by myself, but I knew I had help on the other side. If I got shot, I knew they would have won. But we had time on our side, so I took advantage of that and just kind of waited for them to make the moves because I knew they had to come. And then just be patient, and my team went up. I was able to get the one guy trying to come out, and then the other guy across the field, and then they finished it up for me.
Awesome. How's the field been playing for you overall?
The field's been great. This is a really fun, aggressive field. We play a lot of shots off the break, but it's really a fun field to play on.
Well, congratulations. On the Challengers field, DMG is going up against Russians right now. DMG is going up Excessive right now. Excessive is up 3-0 in just the first 3 minutes, so I'll give you the final score soon.